Week 3 starts today of the Harding Street murder trial involving former HPD officer Gerald Goines. The homeowners in that raid, Dennis Tuttle and Regina Nicholas, were killed soon after officers burst into the home. KPRC2 is the only local media outlet keeping you updated daily from inside the courtroom with our multi-platform coverage that we call The Bench. Investigator Mario Diaz joining us now live with what's happening today in court. Mario.
Andy, it's day 11, but we are about this close to getting to the finish line because today, as we reported on Friday, both sides have rested. So today, they are focusing on what will be the instructions of the charges to the jury. It's called a charges conference. It's held by the two sides. You had the state with their team, and then you had Gerald Goines and his team. We have video of Goines going in the hallway here this morning, and both sides presented their arguments as to what charges the jury should be hearing when the judge charges the jury. If you're following me, it basically means here are the guidelines. You can figure out how to convict or not convict. Of course, we will have the closing arguments set for tomorrow. Angela Welton joins me now. She is a Houston-based criminal defense attorney. Angela, we expected this to last several hours. It lasted just about 2. Surprised?
I am not surprised only in that I saw that they had been researching this issue. Defense put forward a memorandum to the judge, over the weekend, and I am sure that the judge has been thinking about this for the full trial.
And it's interesting because the judge said, I'm going to be back here at 1:30, give everybody the ruling. It's not as if she said, let me go back and figure things out. It appears that her mind is pretty much made up here if she's telling everybody to come back in 2 hours.
She definitely thinks that she can get this all accomplished, which does mean she had a game plan. She did listen to both sides, and they put as much as they wanted on the record, right, of what they wanted the jury to know, what they wanted the jury to be able to make a decision about, of what he was guilty of and what levels.
And to translate this very simply, this is whether or not to decide whether or not Gerald Goines may actually be facing a lesser charge.
Yes, it is a question about whether he is guilty of the felony murder as charged, or if he's guilty of one of about 4 or 5 lesser offenses, or not guilty altogether.
What do you anticipate?
What do I anticipate about what?
The ruling that's coming down at 1:30.
About the judge, I think the judge is going to tell them that they are going to be able to decide in the charge lessers. And that means the jury's going to get to decide, was he guilty of felony murder? If not, was he guilty of tampering with the government document at a high level with intent to defraud, or all the way down to potentially a misdemeanor tampering?
What did we say about courtrooms a long time ago? They're the theater of the unexpected. Are we going to see anything unexpected here?
As far as the charge?
With a couple more days to go in this trial?
I mean, I think that there's a lot that can be unexpected with regard to this. Yeah, I'm waiting to see. What's the jury going to decide? All
right, Angela Welton, thanks so much for joining us. Again, the jury will be hearing closing arguments tomorrow. Then they'll start the deliberations from there. At that point, we, of course, will be watching everything very closely, as we have over the last few weeks now with regards to this trial, and any developments, we'll be breaking them immediately on click2houston.com as well as on air. But that's the very latest down here at the courthouse. For Angela Welton, I'm Mario Diaz, KPRC2 News.
Thanks to you, Mario and Angela, and join Mario and our legal panel tonight for our next full episode of The Bench at 6:30. The Bench will be available on our